Hello, everyone. I'm Joe James with IB Radio, broadcasting to you from the IB Radio studio in Imperial Beach. With me in studio is Delina Horchata.
Hello, that's me.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, full disclosure, we went and saw your show last night at the Scoreboard,
Yeah.
and that was fun. That was fun. How did you get started at the Scoreboard?
So a friend reached out to me and my co-producer Erin Gonzalez, Erin G, and they wanted to start doing something different at the Scoreboard, comedy. There's no comedy going on in IB, is what they told us. So we pulled up and started producing.
I think IB needs more funny people.
I think IB is already filled with funny people. They just need to come out more.
Come out more. Come out
Yes.
more. What were some of the other ideas that was kicked around from the Scoreboard? Do you know?
So what we're gonna do, that they were open to anything.
Okay.
You know, they just wanted to do an open mic and get more business in. It's a great bar. They have great food, great drinks, and they have the space to do comedy. So I came in and I'm like, okay, let's do an open mic competition. And whoever wins that night gets to be put on the Scoreboard honor roll. So everybody gets a little certificate that they won the open mic. So people get a little bit more competitive. And what I've noticed with the comedians is they've been getting a lot better since we started. Like their confidence is up. And eventually this honor roll, the Scoreboard honor roll, is going to evolve to a showcase. I already have a comedian booked from LA. He's coming in April. Yes, so it's
Okay,
happening.
so I was going to ask you these comedians that when they first came in, they're pretty green, aren't they? I mean, haven't done this before. They think they're funny, or do they have experience?
So we had somebody last night that had never done comedy, and I just kind of, I'm like, hey, you should come do an open mic. I think you have a funny personality, and he came in and he had no expectations, nothing written down. He just started like shooting whatever came out of his mouth, and he was very funny. So you can come to an open mic, have no experience, and some of the comedians that have been coming consistently, they've been doing comedy for a while. Like everybody's like aged, seasoned in different ways. But yeah, so it doesn't matter how long you've been doing comedy. An open mic is for everybody.
So explain to me because I don't understand it. What is an open mic?
An open mic is an event where anybody can show up with 3 minutes of material. And if you buy a drink, you get 5 minutes. And if you buy two drinks, you get 7 minutes. But you can do you can go up and say whatever you want. You can be very conservative, or you can be very unhinged, which is what I love. I love unhinged comics because that's the funniest thing to me personally. Everybody has their own taste, and just talk about whatever you want to, whatever is important to you, or whatever you want to get off your chest, because comedy is very it's like therapy.
So it's not just comedy. I mean, somebody can go up and read a 3 minute play, or they can come up and
So it's comedy.
they could. It's
Yes,
comedy. All right.
it's
So that's what
comedy.
I'm saying. So I can go up there and read the U.S. Constitution, and
And if you want to make it funny,
I could do that,
which
okay.
kind of already is right now, but let's not go into that.
no, that's for the late night show.
Yes, not for this one. But no, yeah, if there's musical comedy, if you want to show up with your guitar and sing about something silly, go for it.
It, how does one get into comedy? How did you start?
Trauma, lots of trauma. Let's, yeah.
Trauma. That's a
Yes.
very good point because Kelsey Cook, Taylor Tomlinson, they all start. They all come from a point of trauma.
Yeah.
Where they're talking about it,
Yeah.
almost like a therapy session.
It totally is. So I don't want to get into the whole trauma, but
Of course.
I did therapy. I still do therapy, but I've been doing therapy for a long time. And sometimes when you're in therapy, you just keep on reliving the trauma over and over again. You don't want. I'm over it, right? And one of my therapists like recommended this book, and I don't remember what the name of the book is. Don't ask, but it said that the best way to heal from trauma is through creative expression. Doesn't matter what you're doing, painting, drawing, music. So I started doing like drawing again, painting again, and it wasn't working out for me until I started writing. And what I started writing, I find like the silver linings of that little, tragedy. And I just kind of decided to flip the perspective from being something sad and depressing to like, hey, you know what? I overcame this, and okay, that's life. Let's just continue. What else are we gonna do? So.
But how do you turn that into comedy? I mean, there's a lot of things you could have Did somebody tell you you were funny or this is funny?
Okay, so I've been goofy all my life.
Goofy, okay.
I've been since I was a kid. Like you'll see pictures of me and my sisters. We all have the same face, completely different personalities. So I've been always this goofy one, and I started doing officially comedy. I've been an official comedian for 4 years, but I went to my first open mic after my divorce because I just kept on meeting comedians at bars and breweries. I've been in tourism for a long time, and there's always been comedy shows at breweries. So I would always make friends with comedians, and they're like, "Oh, you should do comedy," and I'm like, "No, maybe it's not for me." So I ended up going to New Jersey for a wedding, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna come all the way over here without going to New York and checking out the comedy clubs. So I went, and same thing that happened in San Diego happened in New York. I made friends with comedians in New York, and they're like, "Hey, you should be a comedian." And I'm like, okay, maybe I should. So what I did was I just kind of Googled what comedy schools are in San Diego. I started going to the National Comedy Theater, and I started doing improv because I was terrified to go up on stage.
Really?
My mind would go, that open mic that I did 10 years ago with my friend, that's a comedian, she's still doing comedy. When I did that 10 years ago, she's like, "You're coming up." And I'm like, "Oh, I just came here to support you." She's like, "No, you're going up." And I'm like, "Okay." So I pounded 4 IPAs. I went into the ladies' bathroom. I wrote something on my phone, and I'm like, okay. And it was just one line. And I got up on stage, and I said, "My name is Delina. I have anxiety. I take medication for anxiety. I also like to drink a lot, so whenever I go out, I basically roofie myself." And people laughed.
That was funny.
And then I didn't know what to say. My mind went blank, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get off now.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. So that was my first joke ever on stage. And then I didn't touch comedy for a long time. It made me super uncomfortable, super nervous. But people kept on like, "Delina, you're funny. You should do this, da-da-da." And I'm like, okay, maybe I should just be comfortable with being uncomfortable and just get used to it, because people kept on like, "Hey, you should do it."
And when you say people, you don't necessarily mean your friends. You mean strangers too, telling
Yeah.
you you're funny.
Yeah, like,
Because I tell people, I have a photography background, and somebody always comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you like my picture?" And I said, "If you want somebody to like your picture, ask your mother." Okay? The reason is that she will always tell you, "Oh, that's beautiful."
yeah,
Go see another professional, or go to strangers and say, "Hey, do you think this is funny?" And if they're telling you you're funny, then that's gotta feel good inside.
yeah,
Or scary.
yeah. So it's weird because I've always been kind of a shit show. Pardon my, can I cuss in this thing?
We're on the internet, we're good.
Okay. So I've always been kind of a shit show. I have ADHD. I was undiagnosed ADHD all my life until I was 40. So I've always been very out of pocket. So in my family, I've always been like the black sheep. So nobody has really supported me with my crazy ideas until I became a comedian with my family. They're like, "Okay, all this stupid shit that you've done, it's finally making sense. You should have been a comedian. Like, you should not be clickety clacking on a computer. You shouldn't be answering phones, and you shouldn't be doing spreadsheets, which is not my forte. Like, I have no business working in an office. like no business. I should be in show business.
That would be stifling with your personality
It-
in a small room in an office.
Yes.
That would be awful.
Like I worked manufacturing for a long time, and it was literally killing my soul. And what kind of helped me a lot is I've been a tour guide in San Diego for over 20 years, and it's always been a fun job. But I've always felt that I was meant for a little bit more than just taking people from bars to bars and telling them about San Diego and about beer. Yeah, I feel like I should have been a comedian 20 years ago, but nobody
Recognized it. Nobody saw it.
No, my family
They were
has.
trying to protect you.
Yeah.
I'll get a job. You be safe.
Get a
married.
decent job.
Yeah,
Get
decent job.
Be a decent human being. And I'm kind of a degenerate, you know. But that's part. So I am a comedian. I am. If you're a little bit of a degenerate, you're a comedian.
What influences did you draw upon as you're maturing in your field?
Influences? Can you specify?
I mean, do you look at other female comedians, or you look at comedians in general?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I absolutely love Steph Toleb. She's Canadian. She works at the Comedy Store. I've seen her live. She's they call her the filth queen. And I love that. She'll talk about her pussy, and she'll talk about like sex, and she's just very out of pocket, and it makes men uncomfortable, and I love that. I love that.
Making men uncomfortable, or making people uncomfortable, or that she talks whatever she wants.
She talks whatever she wants to talk about, and so men, when they do their comedy, they're talking about their dicks and they're talking about this, and it's all and they've been doing it for a long time, and people are like the men, women, everybody, everybody's already used to like men being
Brash, yeah.
men. Why can't we get used to women being degenerates as well? Like women get put on this like pedestal that they're supposed to be meek and tamed and contained, and just like, no, women are not like that. Like we fart, we burp, we cuss, we do very uncomfortable things. Like I think society just has to like, we're not the same. Men and women, we're not the same, but we should, our weird sense of humor should be like accepted.
And that, because of those situations, being a woman as opposed to a man, is that where you draw a lot of your inspiration or your jokes from?
I think so. Like I admire men a lot, you know. I kind of want to be like a dude, but I'm a woman. It's like, I can't be a dude. I got all this, like, I have all of this body parts. But I love that, like, guys just kind of come off so flawless and so accepted for who they are. And growing up in Mexico, there's a big difference of how they treat men and women.
Of course.
And so when I was a kid, I always saw how my dad and my uncles treated my mom and my aunts and stuff. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like that machismo. So growing up, I didn't want to be like the women in my family. I wanted to be like the men in my family, if that makes sense.
Makes total sense.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, they got all this power and all this freedom. They can come in and out. Like, I couldn't go out. I was very, like, sheltered. So I always, like, rebelled. I was born for the streets. Yeah. But I was very sheltered. And now that I'm grown, it's like, oh, you can do whatever you want. And now I'm living in San Diego, and there's all these freedoms, and I'm kind of conservative, but I'm really not. So I'm kind of in a happy middle.
Do you find it harder as a woman to book shows?
I guess sometimes if we have a venue, no.
So it's easier now.
No, so it's not easy, but it's all about opportunity.
Okay.
So if you don't have the opportunity, if nobody wants to do a show there, And so it's all about opportunity. And I kind of don't think it's about like if you're a man or a woman. I think your reputation in the game has a lot to do with it. And if you're lazy, and if you're kind of just like hanging on and not really working. I've worked. I'm like a workhorse. Like I do you know that this is my day off after 13 days of working all kinds of gigs.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, so this is my day off, and I'm working.
Working.
Like and I'm gonna go day drinking after. Yeah, and I'm gonna go work tomorrow. So, but yeah, I think if you're known to like work hard, opportunities just open up. I've been blessed for opportunities all the time. That's why it's my day 13, and I'm still kind of working. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of lazy, some people think they're naturally funny, and they're probably not. Do you put a lot of work into being a comedian?
Okay, so let me you're like, oh, people think that they're funny because they grew up with supportive parents.
Okay.
They grew up with a mom that was like, good job, that was so funny, honey. You know, like no, yeah. And good for them for having high self-esteem. I wish I didn't have to figure that shit out on my own. I had to build my self-esteem from the ground up. So good for them.
Lucky bastards.
Son of a bitch. You know all the work that it took me to get confidence? Damn, good for them. I feel proud for them too. Fuckers.
But do you have jokes pop in your head all the time? You see something funny?
Yes. And it's not, so I don't consider it like, oh, I'm funny all the time. I just talk how I talk to people. And weird things just come out of my head, and I have no filter. It just comes out.
Do you write these down? Do you keep little notepads?
So if I remember, okay, so the best jokes just naturally come out, and I don't even write them. But
Okay.
I do, like, because I'm working all the time. I don't have time to I don't have enough time to write. If I had enough time to just sit down and write, I would have I kind of have a lot of shit. I got my little notebook. Sometimes I'll do voice notes. I'll do a quick little voice note. Hey, this happened, blah 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 blah, and I'll just write it. For example, I was just and I'm trying to not butcher this joke that came out the other day. I was at work, and one of my boss's daughter came in, and she works with us, and she was like in her civilian clothing, and I'm like, oh my god, girl, you look so cute, look at you. And I'm looking like a butch lesbian with my SPF long shirt, like covered in sunblock and sweat and a hat and no makeup and shorts, and I'm like, oh, you look so cute, blah blah blah. And she's trying to make me feel better. She's like, yeah, but you're protected from the sun. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, cancer is, and my boss is like, yeah, cancer is nobody's friend. And I'm like, yeah, it was definitely not my dad's friend. My dad is dead. And I'm kind of glad that I can make jokes about my dead dad now. It's been 2 years. So the best jokes come out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I don't even plan them. So I'm still working on that joke. How can I incorporate it in my set? So, but yeah, so they just come. I have no control. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing all the time.
You know, that's probably the best way, though. Isn't it? It's more freeing. It doesn't constrain you. It's not a job to you per se at this moment.
Yeah, well, it is. I consider it in my soul. It's a job. Is it paying the bills yet? Nope, not at all. But I'm hopeful. Kind of like how there's people that are hopeless romantics. I'm a hopeless romantic that this will work out for me.
What shows you have coming up in the future? What are the plans?
I just got a message today about a show in Corona. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. So I just finished a month of a bunch of shows. I don't have anything set up for April. Kilowatt wants. I have some dates for Kilowatts. I haven't agreed to anything. I had a really intense month last month, so I kind of wanna. I want to take a month. I'll keep on doing the open mics. I'll go to other open mics. I don't have anything set right now, and I'm kind of okay with that. I need to rest. Sometimes something is gonna come up, but I have nothing set up on purpose for April.
What's the difference between being a part of open mic and producing an open mic event?
Being part of an open mic, you just show up with your jokes, you get on a list, you wait, you buy some drinks, you hang out with your friends, and then you go home.
Okay.
When you're producing an open mic, like this is my structure. Our open mic is every Thursday. So on Wednesday, I have like a big old production bin, kind of like the ones that you have there with wheels. I have all my production equipment, my lights, my microphone, my cables, my truss, my curtains, like everything is in there. So on the day before, I'm making a list. I'm doing everything that I need to do to prepare for the show. I'm putting that big old bin box in the back of my car. I'm preparing for work the next day. I'm going to work. I'm changing and taking a sink shower in my work bathroom so that I can go and prepare for the open mic, and then go and set up, and everybody's talking to you. Hey, where's the list? And I'm like in the middle putting the curtains on, and I'm like, yeah, give me a second, man. Let me get this microphone all set up, and I'm like, just give me. Can I help you? Yes, okay. And then people try to help you, and then they're doing everything wrong. And then the nut screws, they loose it and it falls on the ground, and then you have to go to Home Depot and replace shit. And I appreciate people helping, but yeah, and then everybody gets in my bubble, and I love that people want to help, but I'm like doing shit. I'm always
It's a
on
rhythm.
the go. Yeah, I'm on the go,
Right.
and I have to practice being patient. And I think I do a good job. Like, give me a second, guys. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit better of delegating,
Okay.
which I'm not used to delegating. And so I appreciate people wanting to help out. So I need to just kind of stop being a control freak and just let people help me. I think that's important. And I appreciate people helping, as long as they don't lose the screws that keeps everything together. So yeah, so it's way more work. It's way more work, and I think that's why I'm so tired right now.
Alina,
Yeah.
we would love to have you come back in the studio.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.